Hey guys, my name's Gloria and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a quick review and get some eyes on a particular anthology that I was asked to review. This one is actually another charity anthology and the money and all the proceeds for this are going to a COVID relief fund. So the anthology is called Lost Tales Volume 2 and I was asked to review it by the editor, Eugene Johnson. I'm just going to read out the dedication for the anthology. For all the essential workers who were on the front line during the COVID-19 pandemic, for those lost during this horrible time, you are not forgotten. So when I was asked to review this, I said absolutely yes, not only because of the great place that the proceeds are going to, but because there are some great names in it as well. So there's a story in there from Neil Gaiman, there's one from Joe Hill, and there's also one from Tim Lebbon. But I wouldn't just get this anthology just for those big names. The Joe Hill story that I read in this is called 20th Century Ghost, and I'd actually read it in another anthology as well. It's still a great story. It's about a haunted cinema and a man's interactions with the ghost there. The Neil Gaiman story is really short. It's only 1.5 pages and it's called Don't Ask Jack. It's still quite a creepy classic Neil Gaiman type story about a jack-in-the-box that children don't want to play with. And the Tim Lebbon story is also written with another writer called Christopher Golden. This one is a rather long one. It's bordering on a novella, I think, and it's called A Hole in the World, and the title gives it all. I think it's about scientists out in the Siberian wilderness, I think near Russia, and they discover a hole in the ground and strange creatures start to come out of it. And of course, in Tim Lebbon fashion, there is another person who is in love with one of these scientists and has to go in to try and save her loved one, and it all just becomes a huge environmental horror story. So those three stories are great in themselves, but there were also some great stories from other authors and writers that I hadn't heard of before, so I want to talk about just a couple of those to give you a sense of what this anthology has in it. So the whole theme of the anthology is things that are lost. There's people in all of these stories that are losing things or have lost things, and it isn't just people, it can be time, it can be memories, it can be all kinds of things. And I think the anthology is for not only the people who've lost their lives in this pandemic, but also everyone's lost something, everyone's lost time, they've lost experiences, they've lost the opportunity to create memories and time spent with their loved ones and family. This year I think it's been hard on everyone, but this anthology will hopefully put a little money towards people who really need it and have been really affected by this. But three of the stories that I really liked in this, the first one was called Cracks by Chris Mason. This one was quite fantastical. It wasn't really horrific, but it had a few scares in it, a few chills. It's about a young boy whose brother went missing, and he went missing while he was with him, but he's lost his memory of that time. He ended up miles away from home and he can't remember what happened to his brother. He doesn't know if he had something to do with it, if he left his brother when he needed him, so he feels a lot of guilt about this, and he gets a leaflet in the post saying that there's a new shop in town where a man will find anything for you, all your money back. He's a finder of lost things. So the boy goes to him and asks if he can find these lost 13 hours that he can't remember anymore from when his brother disappeared. And the man said yes. There are some small parallels to the Needful Things shop, but this is a much more hopeful, happier kind of shop. It's not run by the devil, but there is a fantastic element to it, and it's really well told. It was really fun. It was heartbreaking as well, and I would have absolutely read a novel about this short story, but it's great in this anthology. It's perfect for the lost theme. The second one that was also really bittersweet and really heartbreaking was called Mr. Forget-Me-Not by Alex Kirkpatrick. This tells the story of a woman's love, falling in love with a boy, dating him, marrying him, having children, and throughout their relationship she has been seeing this dark figure and she's the only one who can see them, and as their relationship goes on they become closer and closer, and she gets the sense that this thing is almost mocking her, that it knows things that she doesn't, and she does begin to lose some memories. So that one is quite bittersweet. It's really heartbreaking, but again, really well written, such a great crafted story there. I really enjoyed that one. And the third one that I really liked was The Case of the Wendigo by Tracy Cross. So this was the story of a Wendigo, a Native American creature that sort of, I think it's almost like a skinwalker. I've read a few stories on these, but I'm not 100% on the exact characteristics of each of them. But this particular one takes the form of someone in a black community and starts to eat their children, and the people in the community know that they're probably not going to get the sort of help that they need from the authorities because of where they live. So some of the children in the community try and track down this person themselves, and it was really funny. The characters were fantastic in it. There was some obvious social commentary, but it was a story of this beast and this community coming together and trying to get rid of this beast. So that one was really great as well. And those three stories were my favourite, but there were definitely other stories that I really liked as well, some really interesting bits. There's also a couple of poems in there. It's a great, well-rounded collection of all kinds of things. There's more heartwarming stories, there's some sad stories, there's some real horror and blood in there as well. And I just think outside of what it's trying to do, it is a great collection, but also just as an added bonus, it is raising money for a great cause. So I will leave the link down below for anyone who wants to buy it, and I'll be buying my own copy. I was given a PDF of this to read, but I will be buying my own copy as well, just to add to the cause. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out down below. I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everyone is keeping their loved ones safe for as far as you possibly can. This is definitely a group effort, so I hope everyone's wearing masks, washing their hands, using hand sanitizer, reducing contact as much as possible. This is definitely a group effort, and we all need to work together to keep other people safe in particular. So I hope everyone is doing as well as they can in the current times, and it will hopefully be over soon and we can all have massive, ridiculous celebrations next year. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what I'm doing here, you can like and subscribe down below, and I shall see you in the next video.